Good morning, everyone. I am the avatar of Fernando Salvetti. Let's say that I am his digital twin. So, as Fernando, I am a criminal lawyer and an entrepreneur in the field of higher education, professional learning, and vocational training. I am the founder and managing partner of LogosNet and the eReal Labs. Today, I want to share with you something that I believe is urgently needed. Let me start with a simple question. How do you train someone to handle a ransomware attack before it actually happens? Traditional training answers that question with lectures, manuals, and case studies. We answer it differently. The challenge is clear. Cybercrime is no longer a niche technical problem. It is a complex, multidisciplinary phenomenon that touches law enforcement, digital forensic investigators, prosecutors, judges, legal professionals, and corporate security teams simultaneously. The threat landscape evolves faster than any classroom curriculum can follow. Practitioners today need to manage incident response, collect and preserve digital evidence, handle chain of custody, conduct forensic analysis, coordinate across organizations, all under pressure, all in real time. The gap between theoretical knowledge and operational readiness is not a minor issue. It is a crisis. This is where eReal comes in. eReal is an AI-powered immersive and interactive learning ecosystem. It combines extended reality, conversational AI avatars, adaptive simulations, and data-driven feedback into a single, coherent training environment. What does that mean in practice? Imagine you are a digital forensic investigator. You enter a simulated bank operations center. A ransomware attack has just been detected. You have AI-driven avatars playing the role of the CISO, the legal advisor, the SOC analyst, and the external forensic expert. They respond to your decisions, challenge your assumptions, push back when you make mistakes, just as real people would. You must contain the threat, preserve the evidence, maintain chain of custody, communicate with stakeholders, prepare for legal proceedings, and do all of this under time pressure, in an immersive, realistic environment. After the exercise, you receive immediate, personalized feedback. Learning analytics track your performance over time. The system adapts the next scenario to your specific gaps. What makes this different from a simulation game? 3 things. First, behavioral realism. Our AI avatars don't just follow scripts. They represent suspects, witnesses, victims, attorneys, judges, and organizational stakeholders. And they respond dynamically to what you do and say. You practice both technical and behavioral competencies simultaneously.
Dr. Taylor, when did you first attend to the patient, Mrs. Clark?
I first reviewed her approximately 11:30 p.m. on March 9th.
What were your observations and what actions did you take?
Mrs. Clark was short of breath.
Second, professional fidelity. The scenarios are grounded in real-world cases. Cybercrime investigations, data breach responses, compliance inquiries, expert testimony preparation. This is not abstract training. It is operational practice. Third, evidence-based learning design. We integrate cognitive science, immersive learning research, and professional education frameworks. The system tracks not only what you do, but how you think, promoting critical thinking, situational awareness, ethical reasoning, and evidence-based decision-making. Who is this for? Law enforcement investigators, digital forensic specialists, corporate security teams, legal practitioners, prosecutors, defense attorneys, judges who need to understand digital evidence, compliance officers, anyone who operates at the intersection of technology, law, and security. Let me close with an image, a single operator, seated at an immersive 3-wall display, surrounded by real-time threat data, AI stakeholders, system dashboards, fully immersed in a crisis scenario that feels entirely real, but where every mistake is a learning opportunity, not a catastrophe. That is eReal. That is the future of professional training for cybercrime and digital forensics. We have spent nearly 30 years, across more than 80 countries, building systems that transform how professionals learn and perform under pressure. Let me address something that comes up in almost every conversation about immersive training. People often ask, how do participants feel after the exercise? Were they engaged? Were they motivated? Those are not the wrong questions, but they are not the right ones either, not for our purposes. In eReal, we do not measure feelings, we measure readiness. What does that mean concretely? When a learner completes a cybercrime scenario in our immersive environment, the system captures 6 dimensions of professional performance. Quality of questioning. Did the investigator ask the right questions, in the right sequence to the right actors? Were the questions precise, legally sound, and strategically effective? Or did they miss critical lines of inquiry?
evidence completeness.
Was all relevant digital evidence identified, collected, and documented?
Were there gaps? Were there errors in prioritization that could compromise a case in court?
Protocol adherence. Did the practitioner follow established procedures, chain of custody, forensic acquisition standards, incident response frameworks? Deviation from protocol, even under pressure, is a measurable failure mode. Communication effectiveness. How did the learner communicate with stakeholders, the CISO, the legal team, the CEO, law enforcement? Was information conveyed accurately, clearly, and at the right level of technical detail for each audience? Decision pathways. Every decision in our simulations is logged. We can reconstruct the entire reasoning chain. What was decided, when, based on what information, and with what consequence. This gives us a forensic view of the learner's decision-making process. Response consistency. Does performance hold under escalating pressure? Does the practitioner maintain standards when the scenario becomes more complex, when new information arrives, when time runs out? These 6 dimensions are captured automatically and displayed in a compact, real-time dashboard, clear, actionable, and immediately interpretable by both the learner and the instructor. No lengthy reports, no subjective evaluations. A small dashboard that tells you, precisely, where someone is ready and where they are not. This is the shift we are proposing, from measuring activity, hours spent, modules completed, satisfaction scores, to measuring readiness, the actual professional capability to perform under real-world conditions. That distinction matters enormously, whether you are a training director deciding where to invest, a legal institution certifying competency, or an agency deploying investigators in the field. You don't need to trust that training worked. In eReal, you can see it. This is the next step, and we invite you to be part of it. I look forward to your questions and to the conversation that follows. Thank you.